We had Alex come on here and give some insight into what his top 5 favorite wheels were a little while back, and we received some comments and even some messages about what some of the other guys around the shop have for their top 5 wheel lists. So what is going on, everybody? I'm Giles from Fitment Industries, and today we are going to be taking a look at 5 of my all-time favorite wheels, or at least as of right now. But before we go ahead and get right into it, don't forget to subscribe. And if you haven't already, of course, you already know wheels, tires, suspension, fitmentindustries.com, all that sort of good stuff. Now, we all know the greats, right? The greats of the wheel world, like the T37, the Workmeister, all that sort of good stuff. And yes, they are fantastic wheels and they look amazing, and I do really like them. However, that would be a pretty boring, repetitive list. So I went through and picked out 5 wheels that I truly enjoy and think that they don't get to see the limelight as much as they possibly could. So with that being said, we are going to start off the list with the first wheel of my top 5 favorites, which is the Graham Lights 57CR, the 5-spoke wheel developed by Ray's Engineering, which is the same people that make the beloved TE37. Coming from the FRS B or Z world, Graham Lights are a pretty popular choice for wheels, and the 57CR and even the 57DR are pretty neck and neck when it comes to their popularity. However, I like the 57CR just a little bit more because it is a 5-spoke wheel, and overall, it's a pretty simple design. However, this 57CR is a killer wheel because it allows you to get a known JDM wheel brand without having to spend thousands of dollars. It's close. It's $1,700, which still isn't that bad of a deal at all. They come in some killer sizes and finishes as well, and they fit our FRSs and BRZs damn near perfect. Wheel number 2 is one that probably everyone knows, or you probably should know, and that is the Work VSXX. The VSXX is just another one of those wheels that can look damn good on pretty much any car that you can throw it on. A very popular choice for wide body cars, and when you see them in some wide, low offsets and get that big old massive lip on there, it just makes them look super aggressive. The thing is though, there really isn't anything too crazy about the VSXX either. It's just a classic design that has held the test of time and is a very sought after wheel in the car scene, and that's truly what makes the VSXX such a popular wheel. You can see people picking these things up secondhand all the time. You see them popping up on marketplaces, you see them popping up on Craigslist, and people take them, start rebuilding them, repainting them to the size and finish that they need for their car, and they can just make a great first set of multi-piece wheels for pretty much anyone. I expect that we're going to be seeing these wheels popping up on cars for quite a long time, simply because I don't think the design will ever go out of style. Wheel number 3 is the first one of the list that you truly may not have heard of, and that's simply because this wheel company is considered one of the new kids on the block, Revolve wheels. Now, Revolve has some pretty damn unique designs to their wheels, to say the least, and we were lucky enough to have a bunch of samples sent out to us a little while back to take a look at them firsthand, and one of the ones that we opened up and I really just kind of fell in love with was the number 378. Now, this is a multi-piece wheel with a directional design, and that is unlike a lot of the other wheels that I've ever seen. The thing that really caught my eye about it was the fact that it was a floating spoke design, and it didn't really look like it at first. What that means is that the outer spoke design of the wheel is suspended and detached from the lip, giving the wheel a ton of depth. Now, Revolve categorizes their wheels in a pretty unique way, and they are all given what they call a lab ID number, and then they are categorized into a regular lab ID or the uncharted territory, which I think is kind of cool. The number 378 is in the lab uncharted category and is given a full name of the classified number 378. Now, the wheel is also available in a few different variations as well. You can get them in either a concave, a medium concave, or a deep concave face design, which is one of the perks of going with something like a multi-piece wheel, because you get just so many options to choose from when it comes down to your wheels. Now, Revolve is doing some really cool stuff and is definitely a company that you're going to want to keep your eyes on in the next few months. Wheel number 4 also falls into a similar category as the Revolve wheel, and it is kind of for the same reason. It's from a wheel company that dares to be different. Now, this one you may have heard of, as it was all over Instagram about a year or so ago when it first saw its debut on a crazy wide body FRS, and people went nuts. Wheel number 4 on my top 5 is none other than the 7K Nika S. The Nika S has brought a design that we really have never seen before, and even though it does resemble some of the old school JDM designs with the starred pattern, of the flower pattern, picking up those old school design cues and throwing them into a multi-piece floating spoke design, it's really what sets the NIKA S off. And that's what caused it to pretty much break the internet. 7K is consistently coming up with new designs, and each of them just absolutely amazing in their own way. But the NIKA S is the one that stands out to me the most. Now this wheel is one of those wheels that really, needs to be on the right car. It's a tough wheel to run, and I don't think I would ever be able to pull it off on any of my cars per se, but I just love the creativity to it. I love the execution of the design, and that's why it's on my list. And then last but certainly not least is one from our good old friends over at Kansei Wheels, and now more specifically the Kansei Roku. When we first got our hands on some Kansei wheels a couple of years ago, there were 3 Formlite cast wheel options: the KMP, the Corsa, and the Tandem. However, Kansei had a few other designs as well at the same time, but in their 2-piece forged lineup. One of them was the Kansei Roku. Now fast forward a little bit to where we are today with the Roku coming out in a more affordable Formlite option, being the 4th wheel of the list. The Roku is one of my favorites for a couple of reasons. In a multi-piece configuration, it looks absolutely amazing, and they were able to bring it over to the cast version as well, which isn't always the easiest thing to do, and it still looks really good. The one thing that really made it stand out for me was the 2-tone finish that is available in the Formlite option, with a gunmetal face and a polished lip. It also offers a good amount of brake clearance, you get a good step lip, and they are pretty damn affordable as well. Kansei does a really good job taking some old school design cues and throwing in a bit of a modern twist, and it's what they're all about, and is one of the reasons why a lot of people really love their wheels. There are some other designs in their 2-piece list as well that look really good, and hopefully in the next year or so we'll see a few more make their way over to a cast version too. But there you have it. There's my top 5 wheels that I really like right now. Anyway, that list may change in the near future, but right now that's my top 5. I like them a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching, and of course don't forget to subscribe. Wheels, tires, and suspension, fitmentindustries.com. Check out all the stuff we got going over at fitmentindustries.com. We got wheels, tires, suspension. I said that already. We got other stuff going on as well. I'm tired. It's hot in this. We got a new building. It's still like 88 degrees in here. Might as well be in my garage still. Haven't figured out the AC yet. We'll get there. We'll see you later. Peace.